The beginning of our today's story where the main character, Lu Mingfei, is waiting at a train station for someone to escort him to the Castle Academy. He is mistaken for a homeless person and has a strange dream about an academy on fire and a massive full moon. He is then approached by a small child who tells him about a prophecy and claims that Lu Mingfei is his brother. After that, Lu Mingfei finally arriving at the academy and learning that the curriculum is somewhat special, causing some students to run in fear. The story continues with Lu Mingfei, who is now at the academy learning about the war between dragons and the academy's purpose to train the next generation of dragon slayers. Lu is initially skeptical but eventually comes to believe in the existence of dragons after seeing a real one. An air raid alarm sounds and the city turns into a battlefield between two teams, and despite the professor's efforts to protect Lu, the professor is shot and many are killed. In a moment of intense emotion, Lu goes into a berserker mode and quickly kills the remaining members of the opposing team. The professor then explains that the bullets used were sedatives which vaporize on contact with the victim and thus doesn't put their life in danger. Lu Mingfei has now passed his test and is officially a student at the academy. Apparently, this is the day of liberation and the students have the freedom to enjoy it, as they will. So the Lionheart faction and the Union faction students decided on war games, cause why not? Lu gets a tour of the academy and learns about Yangling energy, which is divided into 7 types, and the academy classifies Yangling strength by numbers. Lu and his senior are looking at a tree that is half withered and half growing, which is said to be the tree where the great dragon King Nidhogg was defeated. The professor then tests Lu with something called Imperium Yangling, but Lu does not feel anything and almost falls asleep. The professor is skeptical about why this happened and goes to the old library to search for answers. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, the principal's flying ship is searching for signs of an ancient dragon said to be dwelling in the sea, and 2 divers are dispatched to search an area of a deserted, rundown city that goes back hundreds or thousands of years. Then the explorers discover an ancient gate made of bronze. They have been searching for this gate as part of an operation, and they believe it to be the land of the King of Bronze and Fire according to mythology. The gate can only be opened with a specific key, which they possess in the form of a baby boy with a special ability called the Key of Solomon. The leader of the operation uses the baby's ability to unlock the gate and then returns to the ship while 2 members of the team, named Yachang and Aki, enter the gate to explore. Inside, they find a pyramid-like structure and a dead tree resembling one at a location called Kessel College. Aki stays behind to photograph the tree, but she is trapped within the structure by a maze-like mechanism triggered by magic and words inscribed in the tree. Yachang and Aki are now trapped indefinitely within the shifting rooms and changing patterns of the structure. Mingfei, who is at Castle Academy and is able to hear the sound of bells. In a dream, Mingzhe appears to him and tells him that the bell sounds signify someone's impending death, specifically mentioning Aki and Yachang, who are trapped in a maze. Mingfei is then awakened by an alarm and is asked to go to the Great Hall, where the principal explains that Aki and Yachang are running out of oxygen and that they need everyone's help to save them. The leaders of the Union and Lionheart factions express doubt that they will be able to decipher the constantly changing structure in time. However, Mingfei remembers his dream and sends the information to the principal, giving them a clear escape route from the maze. The key discovers that the escape route is straight down, and Aki and Yachang are able to escape with the help of Mingfei's information. The aftermath of Aki and Yachang's escape from the maze. Unfortunately, their journey to the surface is difficult and Aki is killed by something underwater. The carrier is chased by the creature and the chief is determined to take revenge. He fires at the creature using a sniper rifle and manages to destroy a helicopter. Their last resort is to release all 10 of the underwater bombs they have on board, but even this does not kill the creature. Instead, the signal disappears for a second and reappears inside the creature's stomach. They ignite the bombs, causing a huge explosion, but the chief's assistant is killed in the process. The dragon, who was the creature all along, is not defeated and even uses a dead bomb left in its teeth against the remaining crew. The dragon then encircles the carrier, laughing at their desperation, and holds the carrier at bay by placing itself in front of the carrier and holding the dead bomb in its mouth. After returning to the academy, the headmaster thanks everyone for their efforts, especially Mingfei, and asks them to return to their dorms. On the way back, the leader and captain of the Lionheart Association approaches Mingfei and offers him a position in his group, even suggesting that he could be the next leader of the association. Mingfei declines the offer, stating that he is not a leader type of person. The leader accepts his excuse and adds that Caesar, the leader of the student council, may also ask Mingfei to join. Suddenly, bells start to chime and doves are released from within the church. The leader, Zihong, explains that this is their way of mourning those who have been lost. We then see the chief, who is still impaled by the dragon's tooth, sitting on the ground and giving his final debrief to the headmaster. He expresses his final wish to kill the dragon retainers and tells the headmaster that the copper egg that Aki and Yachang died to bring back is important and they don't know what it holds yet. The headmaster promises the chief that his efforts won't go to waste and that once they study the egg, he will personally carve it on his grave. The chief then makes one last request, which is for the headmaster not to tell the students what happened on the mission and the losses they suffered. The chief then dies and the headmaster agrees to his request. Like, subscribe, comment and press the bell icon to keep notified of new videos. Please comment below if you want part 2 of the story.